Okay, we'll have Caitlin slide on in. Sorry for the rush. Hi, Caitlin. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. We'll go ahead and start with questions for Caitlin. If you have a question, can you please raise your hand in the participant window? Caitlin, your first question is from Mark Emmert.
Yeah, Caitlin, what was the key for you guys to handle that full court press they threw at you?
Yeah, I know. We tried a few different things there, and finally at the end, we kind of got some different plays to work for us. I think we had a couple lapses there where we could have just taken care of the ball, and we had one turnover lead to another. Especially me, I think I had some turnovers where I could have done a lot better taking care of the ball. But overall, I thought we did pretty good for the most part. Just a couple of lapses that one turnover led to another, but we'll get it cleaned up, and we're still learning. So.
Jeff, did you have a question? Go ahead, Jeff.
Mark pretty much asked it for me.
Sorry?
Mark pretty much asked it for me. Thanks.
Got you. The next question is from John Bowenkamp.
What really happened there in the second quarter? I mean, you did talk about the turnovers and all that. You know, what kind of changed for you guys, and how important was it that you were able to keep the lead going into halftime?
Yeah, I think they started just making a few more shots that they didn't make in the first quarter, number one. Some of those went down for them. And then we had a few turnovers lead to another. They started putting on the full court press rather than 3/4 court or just a half court press. And I think we could have done a better job just slowing down, knowing we've turned it over once. Let's slow down and make smart decisions rather than make the hard pass, just make the easy pass.
Caitlin, your next question is from Mark Emmert.
Yeah. Late game, that possession ended up with the Kate Martin 3-pointer. Can you kind of walk me through that? You had a really aggressive double team on you, and you found her there on the elbow.
Yeah, I think I called for a ball screen from Monica, and I think they ended up just trapping off the double, and then I heard Kate in the corner, so I just passed it to her, and I knew she was gonna knock it down. We practice those every single day, so I'm happy she made that. That was a big shot because then they came down and knocked down a three, so we needed it.
Next question is from Grant Becker.
Caitlin, I felt like late in the game there, you really had command of things the last couple of minutes. Did you feel more comfortable at the end with kind of the way that they were pressing you and the way they'd come back around even after you guys had beat them once? Because it just seemed like you settled into a different level at the end.
Yeah, I think in the first half, I was just kind of rushing things and kind of forcing a little bit. In the second half, I kind of slowed down and just didn't force anything, just let the shots come to me. And I think, especially at the end of the game, I think I had an and one with 2:30 to go, and then they ended up just starting to foul, and we knew they were gonna foul, so just dribble out, take care of the ball, and expect the foul, and just go to the free throw line confident and know you can knock them down.
Next question is from Isaac Goffman.
Yeah, Caitlin, McKenna Warnock played almost the entire game. What did that mean for you just to have her on the court for all that time?
Yeah, McKenna, I mean, she's a big piece for us, especially starting the game. I think she was 4 for 4 from 3. That was huge. That kind of stretched our lead there at the beginning of the game. So if it wasn't for her, I'm not sure we would have had that big lead. But just coming off that injury, it was great to have her back, and I'm excited.
Thanks, Caitlin. Congrats on the win, and Happy New Year.
Yep, thank you, Randy.
I believe we have Monica Czinano sliding in next. And if you don't have the permissions to record, please let me know. I think I got everybody though.
Hello.
I'm on. If you guys have a question for Monica Czinano, please raise your hand in the participant window and I'll call on you. First question is from Mark Emmert.
Yeah, Monica, what was the key for you guys to handle the physicality inside? Obviously, you knew it was coming, but you guys did a really good job with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think number one, we just had to make sure we stay composed. You can't really do anything about the refs or the calls that we're getting. And we knew going in Rutgers was a really physical team. And so I think the main thing was just keeping your composure. Yeah, they're going to get some stops that you can argue, but I mean, there's no point in that really. So yeah, I think it was just kind of making sure we kept our composure.
Monica, your next question is from Isaac Goffin.
Yeah, Monica, obviously, McKenna Warnock came back for this game. How much did it mean for you to have her in the post with you?
Yeah, it's so nice. She can stretch the floor really well. She's a really great passer. It just really opens everything up for us. I think we become a better attacking team. So I think having her back, having her healthy, and this was just a great game. Obviously, when you come back from an injury, you kind of feel a little bit out of it. And I feel like this was great for her confidence, the confidence of the team overall. Yeah, I'm just really happy to have her back.
Mark?
Yeah, Monica, obviously they got you in overtime last year at their place. I guess, what did you guys do better down the stretch this game to hold them off instead of letting it get to overtime?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's definitely different considering the home courts, but I think definitely this time we were more composed. I think we broke the press really well. They had to take it off for a little bit. I think we were talking really well on defense. Trying to remember back to last year, I think we were really flustered a lot of the game, and that's kind of what led us to go into overtime. But I think having a little bit of that experience, having some players who played in that game, kind of told everybody, hey, like they're really good at getting up in your face. They feed off of the energy of you getting flustered. So even if you do get flustered, you can't let them see it. You can't let them see you sweat. So I think that was crucial.
Awesome. Next question is from John Bowenkamp.
How important was it there then in the second quarter to not get flustered when they made that run and to go into halftime with the lead?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was basketball. At every point I played has been just a game of runs, and we had ours, they had theirs, and then it kind of left us neutral. And so we really had to come out from halftime firing, really stay locked in on defense, have good communication, and I really think we did, and that's what led to our win.
Great. Thanks, Monica. Happy New Year. And congrats on the win. Our final student athlete will be McKenna Warnock before Coach Bluder jumps on. Hi, McKenna. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. If you have a question for McKenna, please raise your hand in the participant window. McKenna, your first question is from Isaac Goffin.
Yeah, McKenna, you played almost the entire game. Coming back from injury. How did it feel to be back out there tonight?
It was great. Obviously, an injury is never fun to have, but my team really helped me in that. Never like looked down on me or anything, so it was great.
Jeff Linder.
Yeah, what was kind of the reason you were able to get some open shots there in the first quarter, and just kind of tell us about the confidence you had to put those down early?
My teammates just found me. They had some really good passes. Some of them were difficult passes as well, but they had good open eyes on the floor and found me in some open areas. And then once I did make it, they were all there for me, cheering for me. So that definitely helps with your confidence when everyone believes in you on your team.
Next question is from Mark Emmert.
Yeah, McKenna, I wanted to ask you about your basket in the second half there, that drive you made. It looked like it took them a little by surprise. Can you just talk me through that play?
Yeah,
Oh, McKenna, you hit mute there.
Oh, sorry.
We'll just take that from the top.
Anyways, I think that the drive took me a little bit by surprise just because I'd been on the three-point line all night. So that was kind of nice to get down in there.
Next question is from Isaac.
Yeah, McKenna, there was a long stretch where you weren't able to score. How do you think you're able to make an impact on the court even though you weren't able to score?
Yeah, we talk a lot about doing things off the ball. So I think just trying to set some back screens, do some weak side things to help clear it up for other people. And for me this year, it's been a lot more about rebounding and on defense is what we talk about. So just getting that box out, even if I don't get the rebound, just so we can get the next possession.
Next question is from Jeff.
Yeah, overall, how would you say you handled their physicality and their pressure today?
I think we did a great job, and I give kudos to a lot of the girls. I don't really bring the ball up very much, so I see them putting in that really hard work, and I think they did an amazing job with it. Also, a big shout out to Caitlin. She's a freshman, never seen that type of pressure before, and I think she handled it really well.
Thanks, McKenna. Congrats on the win and Happy New Year. Coach Bluder is on deck. See, I think we need to unmute you there.
Got it. You good?
Or- Yes, Coach. We'll have you start with an opening statement, and then we'll go to questions.
So this is a good win. I mean, Rutgers is obviously a good team. They've played very well this year, playing Maryland really close. And I'm really proud of our team. We haven't played for a long time. You never know coming out of a break like that, how if you're going to be rusty or not. And so, I mean, we shot the ball so well, and I'm just really thrilled to see 10 people in double figures. You got Caitlin or Kate Martin, really, who, hit that big time 3 for us, has a career high 12 points. I thought she did a good job defensively for us as well. And McKenna got us going in this game with those 4 threes. The zone defense, we don't see much zone. And so we've worked on it a lot the last couple of days, and it was kind of fun for us to see a zone. I know our players kind of light up. But we out-rebounded this team as well, and that's something we haven't done in the past. So I was really glad to see that. And just our first quarter start, as you all know, sometimes we haven't had a good first quarter start. So a lot of good things.
If you have a question for Coach Bluder, please raise your hand in the participant window. Coach Bluder, your first question is from Jeff Linder.
Yeah, Coach. Overall, how would you say you handled their press? I mean, it was kind of up and down. You did have, close to 20 turnovers. And in some cases, you did beat the press. Overall, what kind of, how would you assess that?
I think for a young team, not bad. We had 11 turnovers in the first half and 8 in the second half. So I thought we improved in the second half. The second quarter was bad for us. The second quarter, we got a little bit of panicky, a little antsy, trying to inbound the ball against their pressure. And then I thought the second half, the team approached it much better. I thought they did a good job of setting themselves up for the long court pass. We had some turnovers on some unusual things, some out of bounds plays. Caitlin got picked a couple of times. And so those things are kind of unusual. But I think as far as the press, I mean, I need to go back and see how many actually happened against the press. I know in the second quarter we had a few, and that wasn't as good, but I thought for the game and the second half especially, we did a much better job.
Next question is from Josh Christensen.
Well, Coach, Caitlin, of course, got, her usual amount of points, but what was it like to see other players kind of have stretches? You mentioned McKenna starting things off in the first quarter. Gabby had those back-to-back threes in the third quarter. And Kate hitting, like you said, hitting that big 3. That was Caitlin finding her. I mean, how big was it to see other players having moments, and especially Kate's moment that pretty much sealed the game for you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I was happy for Kate because I think that was kind of the nail in the coffin, actually. But yeah, Gabby, hit those 2 back-to-back threes, like you said. It's just good for our team to get a lot of people involved in the offense. And, I think that we're getting there. And it's, I'm really proud of, like I said, 5 people in double figures. I think that's so good. And I thought our defensive effort was pretty good. We had to switch up our defenses sometimes. Garantis is a good player. I mean, you're probably looking at a first-round WNBA draft pick there. And you just cannot let her loose at any time. And she gets to the free throw line so well. But I'm just happy to see a lot more people involved in our offense tonight.
Next question is from Isaac Goffin.
Yeah, Coach. McKenna Warnock played almost the entire game and was able to be a constant force in the post. How impressed are you with how she came back from the injury tonight?
Absolutely. You know, McKenna, she's a warrior. I knew she would. I mean, she's practiced just fine since she's been back for Christmas. And, you know, we might have been able to push her for the Western Illinois game if we needed to. We didn't think we needed to. And we really were in a situation we wanted her to be strong for the Big Ten season. And so I'm happy that she's back, though, because you can see she's a big factor for us.
Next question is from Grant Becker.
Coach, this was another one of those games where Caitlin wasn't always at her very best, but it sort of seemed like she sorted things out through the game. And then when there wasn't any room left for error in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes to play or whatever, she just was locked in and, you know, kind of helped drive you guys home. What did you think of her putting it together there at the end? I mean, obviously I know she's capable of that, but after all she'd been through in that game to close it out like that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's what, right? She had some bad turnovers, and then you're able to pitch that, and in the closing minutes of the game, you know, make an old-fashioned 3-point play, go to the free throw line with confidence and nail them. So, you know, she's young, and I'm so excited about getting the opportunity to coach her. But boy, at the end of the game, she wants the ball in her hands, and I'm pretty confident with the ball in her hands.
Any further questions for Coach Bluder? Next question is from Jeff Linder. Sorry.
Yeah, I know you haven't even remotely started to look at film with them, but just preliminary thoughts about Illinois.
I haven't seen them at all, but my coaches have worked on the scout, so I'm going to leave here and start working on it. I know they got beat pretty badly at Michigan today. I feel like it's an entirely new team out there. I think they've had some transfers. I know they have some foreign players. I really don't know much about them, but you know, Champagne's always kind of it's been iffy going over there sometimes. You know, it's an awkward place to play. I guess we should be used to it now, because I guess playing in all these arenas, you know, kind of without a whole lot of life is kind of like going to Champaign on a normal day. That's terrible to say, but it's true. I mean, there just isn't a lot of life in that arena. So maybe we'll be more ready for it this year. But I'm excited to get out there and play. That's what I told the team after this game is I can't wait till 1:00 on Sunday and play again.
Great. Thanks, Coach. Happy New Year and congrats on the win.
Happy New Year to all.
Thank you all for your coverage. We appreciate it. Have a safe and happy New Year's Eve.